Right, we're here with Kris George. Kris, Glenn Rushton, now the trainer of Cameron Hammond, basically came out and said Cameron's on a whole new level to you altogether, and it's a fight they expect to win. Your response to reading those comments?
Yeah, mate, I expect that to come out of their mouth, sort of thing. That's just what everyone's going to say about their own charge, sort of thing. But yeah, it's exactly what I thought they might say. They always go on about his amateur career and his amateur background, his natural ability and all that. And I agree, he probably has a ton of natural ability, probably a very skilled boy. But 12-round pro fight, 8-ounce gloves, that sort of thing, skill, natural ability, coming into fights, no training, that doesn't work. It's a whole different ball game. This is about grit, endurance, strength, mental toughness. This is a whole different game. So yeah, I agree with some of the things he said. He is a naturally talented guy and he's going to be a very skillful boxer, but it's a different ball game. And I thought, Glenn of all people would understand that process, the difference between the pros and the amateurs, and see if they can make the right adaptation.
The fact this is the pros, that's one of the areas you think you do have an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. The amateurs I didn't take really seriously, and like he said, sometimes you go into fights without training. This is a lifestyle, this is a career, this is a serious deal, and I believe I train a lot harder than most fighters. I train couples 2-3 times a day. I've got a PT, one-on-ones. I know the fitness, strength, durability becomes major player in this fight, especially a 12-rounder, and that's where I'm planning on winning the fight.
Cameron Hammond, they talk about a superior boxer to yourself. It must be a bit like deja vu. They said the same with Ozan Craddock. They said the same with Bowen Morgan. We know what happened there. So deja vu, will the same happen this time?
Yeah, mate, but what part of the boxing that they're talking about, I don't know. If we do one round, will he throw a bit quicker punches, or will he move a bit quicker for that round? This is a sport where it's a long time in the ring, and you got to have a game plan. You got to present your game plan correctly. You got to get your timing right. There's a lot more to it than being a better boxer. In what round he's going to be a better boxer, and what round I'm going to hit him hard. There's a lot more to the sport than what it sees to the public eye.
Do you think you'll knock him out? Is that how you envisage this fight ending?
From when the fight got arranged, I've always had vision of knocking him out, yes, but you never go into a fight plan on knocking him out. The whole training camp, I've expected, all I can think of is 12 3-minute rounds. I've trained every time for 12 3-minute rounds, train on wearing them down, looking for my shots in certain rounds. I got a whole game plan of 12 rounds. So yes, I've had epiphanies of me knocking him out, and I can see it happen, and it could happen, but my whole process and my game plan is based upon a 12-round fight.
You said prior that you feel that Cameron Hammond's chin hasn't been tested. That's something you plan on testing?
Yeah, that's like they said in that little comment, it's been tested, but I don't see when, I don't see how. I mean, the amateurs or sparring where you got headgear, you got bigger gloves, 12 rounds, he's never been in the ring for 12 rounds, 8-ounce gloves, and I know for a fact that I hit harder than anyone he's fought before in the pros. So he might have been tested at some level, but we'll see on the night.
Now, Glenn Rushton trains Jeff Horn, a man you've openly chased for quite a while. So is this another, it's a bit of a side story here?
Yeah, finding out that he was training Cameron's, it just add a bit of icing on the cake, it's going to be good. All goes to plan. I beat Cameron on the night. It's going to be a good little statement there for the Horn camp to step up next time.
This one means a lot to you. This is a huge one for you. It's something you're leaving no stone unturned for.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Like you said before, I've fought some undefeated fighters, been the underdog before. I like being the underdog. I like the extra pressure, but the nerves are bigger for this one. Commonwealth title, it's a big deal in boxing, and it's a big deal to me. And I know that it's my ticket to the next stage and the next level, and to making a real career out of the sport. So yeah, it's a lot more riding on this one.
And to do it here in Toowoomba must be pretty special as well.
Yeah, you would never have imagined, fighting for a Commonwealth title in Toowoomba. So, I don't think people can realise the enormity of having it here, and it's a massive deal. If you've seen this same fight on Main Event, you'd think it was crazy, the top level fighters, which it is. But the fact that it's in Toowoomba, doesn't give it the hype that it actually is. But it's awesome to have hometown here and be able to have it in Toowoomba.
Do you think when you look at this one, the path's set for Cameron Hammond to win the Commonwealth title? He's obviously promoted by Ricky Hatton Promotions. He wins the Commonwealth title. He goes to the UK and makes a name for himself over there and goes along the way. That's the path that's been set for him. But you plan on putting a fairly big roadblock in that path.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone has their plan and the path, and I'm sure a few of the other undefeated fighters that I've fought had a plan of walking through me and going to the next level. But you got to take every fight as it comes and not to look too far in the future. This is the fight that really no one can predict. No one could really predict the outcome of this fight. There's too many things that can play part in either person's training camp and either ones who shows up on the night. It's a 50-50 fight, no matter what you believe, and it's going to be who pulls off their game plan the best on the night.
And how has your preparation been in readiness for this one?
Yeah, great, mate. Like I've got it down to a fine art these days with my training camp. I had a real good training camp for Bowen Morgan. It was about a 9-week camp. I had like 3 weeks off after that, and I just started back up where I left off. So it's been good, coming in pretty fit. Good little training camp. I had good time period. So definitely won't be any excuses from me. You'll be seeing the best Kris George on the night.
And you hope that all the fans come out, Toowoomba Fight fans, we've got great fans here, come out and have a look at this one, and you'll, as I always know with you, you'll put on a show.
Yeah, no, good to see everyone come along this one. It's going to be a spectacle to see, especially with Brent on the undercard and really top quality Australian title fight on the undercard, and then having a Commonwealth title here. Like, it'd be awesome to see it sell out, see everyone get along and support this one. Australia really needs to get behind stuff like this to bring more and bigger things and bigger opportunities to Australia for our boxers. We're doing really well on the world scene, and just a bit more support from the local communities and the Australia-wide community, and we could go places.
Well, Kris, all the best come November 25.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.